What company called them? Has your company called the police?
Mail.
Okay, this is getting worse.
Why is that?
Because we pay for their services.
Yeah.
Taxpayers pay for their services.
Yeah.
We don't want it wasted on matters like this.
We're right, parked up. Yeah, just to the levy. Not just in that bit. Sorry, not just in that bit. You reverse and parked over there. Yeah.
Just on the grass with vest, just here. What are you hoping for? What are you hoping that happens?
Hoping that you don't put my face in that on Facebook because I've asked you not to. So
Have I explained why it might go on? You understand?
Oh, mate.
Hiya.
So basically, someone called the police basically because we've asked this gentleman not to film our site.
Here we go. They've called the police simply because they don't like being filmed, but dislike and law aren't the same thing. The auditor is on public land, flying a sub-250G drone, fully within his rights. Feelings aren't enforceable. Dragging police into a private preference wastes public resources and risks turning a civil matter into a criminal one. It's the classic authority by inconvenience tactic. Pile on pressure until someone surrenders their rights.
We've asked him not to. He said he's allowed to. This whole site's private. The security have come out and told him that he's allowed to. But we don't want him flying and videoing everything. We've mentioned to him that we don't want him doing it. You know, we said we don't want our competitors seeing anything past our fences. And that's basically it really. But he's telling us he's allowed to. So what else can we do?
Are you registered with the Civil Aviation Authority?
Yes.
You got the thing. They should tell you.
Huge red flag. There's no blanket 500-meter rule around industrial estates in UK drone law. It sounds official, but it's fiction. This is how people get bullied out of their rights. Someone waves fake rules like a sword, hoping nobody checks. Watch the auditor press for specifics. If you can't name the law, you shouldn't be enforcing it.
Do you want me to show you the weight?
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the weight. It's about.
Do you want to check?
No, I'm sure that is the weight.
I'm sure it's not.
250. What? It's not 250.
Oh, I'm showing you the weight. Hold on, 249 grams. There is no minimum distance to people or buildings for that weight. So you're wrong.
What is the filming for?
Social media, I've explained that.
Why are you?
Boom. That's the key. Sub-250 green drones carry far fewer distance limits. The auditor shows receipts, specs, and facts, while the other side brings only guesses. This is accountability in action. Know your gear, know your rules, state them clearly. When facts hit the table, bluffs collapse.
Like, what does it go on to?
Do you know on social media, when you watch an advert, that pays the person that's put the video online?
Yeah, but what, like, where does it get posted? YouTube, TikTok?
Everywhere.
Where, like?
Everywhere. As many places as possible to earn the most revenue as possible from the time spent making the video.
And is it for you or for anybody else?
It's
Like
for me.
the recording?
It's for me. I decide which company I stop at, make the video of an interesting place, put it online, make some money, simple as that. Remain off site, stay on the public highway. Have you checked?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Small drones you can.
Yeah, thank you very much. These guys are not bothered about the drone. Well, they are bothered about the drone, but they're not bothered about the law. They're bothered about me filming their site. So could you explain to them that I've got every right to do so? From a public place?
Critical moment. Even after police or security arrive, the guidance matches the auditor. Stay off private premises and you're fine. That's the real boundary. Watch how quickly "you can't" turns into "just don't." Translation: the law isn't on their side, so they pivot to politeness.
He's not filming stuff in case there's stuff on there that our competitors see. We don't want to. You know,
Have I offered to blur out?
Blur out, but I said without my directors here, I don't know what there is on site. So I've asked him to blur the whole site out. He said that's completely unreasonable, so he won't do it. It's not like else we can say I'll do. So
Exactly, so why call them? We've discussed it civilly and we've come to an agreement. If you say to me, I've got a brand new machine there, hold on, I'm talking, if I've got a brand new machine there that I don't want anyone to see, I'd blur out the machine. Yeah? You've said no to that. You said you want the whole site blurring.
yeah.
And you've called the police.
Blanket blur isn't safety, it's censorship. Reasonable is blurring a plate or a single machine, not the whole site. A total blur is a backdoor filming ban. If the public can stand here and see it, the camera can too. Visibility doesn't become illegal just because someone says so. It's recorded in...
So I don't know what you are legally allowed to do.
Well, you've called these now.
But before you sent that up, I would have liked to have spoke to the police and found out more first.
I gave you 10 minutes on the phone.
But I can't tell them, make sure you get her in 9 minutes, can I? And
No,
I can't.
the call handler
Yeah.
would tell you that a 249
It
gram
wasn't me
drone...
that actually called them, so.
Okay. You've called the experts now. Shall we leave it to them?
So you to make you allowed to do it anyway, yeah?
It's hard with the weight around. It's from a public place. And,
My friend, do you know if it was heavier,
yeah,
that still doesn't mean this is a problem?
it does.
No, do you know if I've got the qualification? You know if I fly a heavier drone this close, of course I'm going to have the qualification to do so, right?
Yeah.
And I could show you that.
The shift from fake law to morals. Morals are personal, rights are universal. You don't lose legal rights because someone dislikes how you use them. The auditor even offers a win-win, a tour to showcase the solar system. That's how scrutiny becomes good PR. Refuse and you own the bad optics.
It's wrong. Filming a business to make some money, that's their problem. Could you explain to them that actually is lawful?
It's more of just like a moral thing that they would rather that you got consent from them.
So why don't you turn it into a positive and give me a tour and let me show people your state-of-the-art picking facility that's powered by solar
That could
panels?
probably happen. That could
That's
probably
what they're
happen.
saying.
That's in your hands. That's in your hands.
But if we discuss this, in a better way in the beginning,
You steered it, mate. You steered it straight away.
I steered it.
Yeah.
I wanted to, before you sent the drone up and taking more video footage, I wanted to make sure that everything was okay, and so we didn't know who you were, we didn't know what was going on, so we wanted to be amicable about it. That's why I come and spoke to you politely. I've spoken to you politely ever since we've been here.
Critically low
And
battery
that's all we wanted to actually do, was to find out. There's probably no reason why we probably couldn't get you a tour. We could probably even pay you to do certain bits, but without, because you're not giving us that opportunity. You told me a minute ago that I had 10 minutes. You said to me, when I said no,
This isn't law, it's reputation management. They're trying to control the story, but the auditor has no duty to halt a lawful activity while a company finds a manager. We might hire you later is not a legal stop sign. Delays are a tactic. Rights don't wait for an approval chain.
For 10 minutes, and you said, can't get through, I've been redirected to somebody else. You struggled to get hold of the
Right.
person.
So
that shouldn't affect my rights out here.
But
To
that
carry on.
shouldn't
I
affect
told you,
that
I
one.
only want to spend 20 minutes on each side.
Yeah.
I want to get as many done as possible.
yeah.
Here we are, an hour later.
Yeah, because we haven't been given the opportunity to actually work with you to see if we can actually work.
Can we conclude this? Can we wrap this up, please?
Well, you're not getting anywhere.
I think just obviously, bearing in mind that obviously you've done your research what you can and can't do, but just out of common courtesy, just at least give the business a heads up that that's what you want to do. Just out of respect that if you had a business and someone was filming you constantly, doing whatever, like they said, they're worried about more competitors seeing what they're doing, copying theirs.
Well, I've mentioned
Seeing
what about
their
if I've done it over his garden, that that as long as his wife ain't in the garden topless or whether the kids are in the pool, but I don't see what the difference
It's just
Film in a private residence, there's an expectation of privacy in a private residence because of reasons of voyeurism, yeah? You could be... Yeah, but what could I be doing that's illegal by filming here?
it's just
There isn't, but there is something you
You're
could...
saying illegal at your house though.
No, the only thing illegal that you could be doing is filming someone's house is voyeur.
Great clarification. Homes have strong privacy protections, but a commercial yard visible from public access doesn't get the same shield. Throwing privacy around without context only confuses people. The auditor keeps it simple. Different places, different rules. That's how you cut through the fog.
Make it illegal here. So I hope I explained that to you earlier.
the other thing to keep in mind, obviously, when you are film businesses, there's certain people that probably work here that don't want to be captured in anything. I don't know if you blur faces out,
I've
but
only
there
asked
could
that
be
as well.
people
I
that
don't
don't
like
want to be
faces.
seen. They don't want people to know their workplace. And personally, obviously, we get filmed all the time, but I know a lot of my friends and family wouldn't want somebody filming them coming in and out of their workplace. You don't know if they ended up, there could be somebody after them. There's various things that's just be a bit more, I don't know if you blur faces out, but just be a bit respectful about it. That obviously they probably don't want all of their staff on here with, you never know what their personal situations are.
I've offered to blur anything like that,
Yeah.
as long as it's not in the public interest. So if I've got somebody who's insisting on a lawful activity is stopped, that's in the public interest to publish that, so he doesn't try.
Respect is good, but it's not a legal override. The right to record in public exists precisely because wishes are subjective. Today it's please don't film, tomorrow it's hand over your camera. Lines matter. The auditor keeps the line bright. Lawful activity continues. Targeted blurs can be considered. Blanket bans can...
Face this behaviour.
It's just more like we've said, it's more of a common courtesy that if you just at least gave them a heads up, like they said, if you actually told them and asked about a tour, then they'd probably arrange it. And if you explain to them first of all, this is what we're doing, if you want to come along, like I'll come inside and stuff like
Even
that.
inside the building as well, with all the mirths and all everything's going on. But I have actually asked, I would prefer my face to be blurred. I don't want to be seen on
Well,
social media.
Don't come out with ridiculous statements and
I'm not
ridiculous
coming out with
demands.
ridiculous
In my
statements. I
opinion,
don't know,
in
so
my
I'm asking
opinion,
you questions and I've been polite to you all the way through. I do, you know, I'm requesting. I don't want my face being
yes,
seen on
that's
social
declined.
media.
That'll be declined at the editing stage because the public interest element will have been met. If we show people how you have been, I guarantee that will make a positive difference to drone flyers in the future. When you see a drone flyer in the future or somebody filming, you'll behave differently, and that's a positive outcome for the public.
But you could still blur my face. That doesn't seem. Doesn't mean you need to see my face.
The message, if we blur your face, your expressions, your behaviour wouldn't be fully portrayed. So I wouldn't achieve the
You have to
message.
respect people's wishes, so if they don't want to be, he might not have any social media at all and not want to be on anything on social media.
You don't have to respect the wishes because,
But
yeah, let me
just
explain.
As a human being, it's just courteous to respect people's wishes, isn't it?
There's legislation in
We
place.
get filmed, even though we film, we ask people, please don't film us. We're trying to do our
Honest moment. Even officers admit these rules are new and confusing. That's why Clear Knowledge wins. If you fly, carry your registration and know your weight class rules. Confidence backed by facts calms chaos and stops myths before they spread. Interview love and careful. This mixes two worlds. Filming for ads often needs releases because it's commercial endorsement, but documenting real-world events from public access is a different standard. You don't need a permission slip to witness reality.
trying to do our job.
So
and
we're
we're
trying to do
trying
third
to
date
do it.
Oh, of course, yeah. If there's a casualty,
But that's what happens, unfortunately. And again, he, like he explained to you, obviously we weren't here earlier, but he doesn't understand the laws. Even us, we check before we come because we don't know. It's not something that's regularly being done.
They're all
We're going back in anyway because it's not.
Yeah.
they're all brand new laws as well,
So
relatively
it's
speaking.
it's a very new thing that everyone's still getting their heads around, and to them, they've just obviously panicked, thinking there's someone filming us. Why are we being filmed? We've not.
I don't understand. If you could get them on side and they'll take you in and give you a tour.
it's not guaranteed that we.
Hard evidence. If shared bikes and bus routes operate here, that's strong proof of public access. A company can pay to maintain an estate, but still not own the public's right to be present. Maintenance doesn't equal ownership of your freedoms. Interview 13 textbook. When rights holders stay calm, breach of the peace claims evaporate. The auditor displays a CIA operator ID in full compliance. Once registration and weight are confirmed, the safety argument collapses back into mere preference.
About me.
Can I address your point? Many times, I've gone in at first, asked reception, I said, would you like any involvement in this video I'm doing? And most of the time it's no. Most of the time they actually say, are you, because they see this, they say, can you turn that off please? And then I refuse to turn it off. I want evidence. So I leave site. We have so many confrontations about me actually walking on their site into their reception. So I've removed it. I've removed it from the video. I'm staying out the way. I stay out here. I don't obstruct. I don't talk to them. If they want to come out and talk to me, hopefully we can be professional about it. And if not, the viewers will see the natural progression of conversation. I've compared it to the Google streetcar. When the Google streetcar's here, I'm seeing exactly the same. When the Google plane went over, or some people think it's a satellite, I'm seeing exactly the same. I'm staying above roof height. I'm not going in the shutters. I don't see it being a problem.
It's just as long as, like we said, just be respectful, blur people's faces coming in.
Exactly. This is the real win. Public learns the rules, staff learn the limits, and future confrontations get shorter. Accountability is a muscle. Use it and it grows.
You go to, I don't know, for example, you go to an event and they say, are you happy to be on camera? To most people that are turning up the event before they put it on social media, advertising and stuff like that. You don't see random people in adverts and stuff.
Yeah, because they want. They don't want their
What I'm trying
video.
to get at is that you consent to that, don't you? Like if you're walking down the street and they're filming an advert, usually
Yeah.
there's barriers up so people aren't all in the
Because
background.
if they publish someone's face, they could get a privacy complaint, which means that video could get taken down.
I
And
understand that,
do you
but
know,
that's what I'm saying.
if they put on my video, I'll blur it at that stage. But
Yeah.
right now, did you see that gentleman who came and said hello, and I gave him a key ring? You're not seeing. Anyway, we've got people that love the videos and they don't mind being in it.
Yeah.
Accidental inclusion isn't a problem, but if they want to be blurred, they can request that after they've seen the video. There's a procedure for everything.
As well, just that if, like for me, for example, I'd probably never see these videos and wouldn't even know that I was on there in this place. So it's just a case of just, like I said, we can offer you advice, and that's my advice, is just to be a bit mindful. Some people don't want to be recorded. They didn't want their business recorded. Like I said, you've looked it up, you know what you can and can't do, and we're not going to stand here and argue with you, but all we can do is advise you to just keep in mind that some people have certain wishes. You know?
If you don't want to be on camera, just don't come out and get involved. If you do come out, be professional. Be a positive.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about these people that are just driving in and out, for example, and the people that are just working. Obviously, they can't.
They're going to be unrecognisable.
But that's what I'm trying to say, is that they can't avoid coming out, can they? Because they'll probably get in trouble for not doing their.
They're in a vehicle. You can't see who it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know because I can't see.
You're only going to see who it is if they come sort of as close as that bike.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
On that subject, you know that bike? Did you know that they cannot be docked on private property? It won't allow you. Do you believe that? Do you know them bikes there?
I don't know anything about them. I don't use them.
They can only be docked in a public place.
Right.
Because they started going down the road of, this is all private property, you can't be here, and all this lot. That's what the site started saying.
Yeah.
But I've got so many things around, and even when security eventually arrived, he confirmed that members of
This encounter is the full playbook. First, the company tried to invent rules. A fake 500 meters from industrial estates line thrown out like law. The auditor didn't blink. He showed the drone's 249G weight and the rights that come with it. Then came control tactics, blur the whole site. That's not safety, that's censorship. He offered reasonable fixes, blur a single machine if needed, stay off private premises, keep flight above roof height. But the goalposts kept moving from law to morals to respect. Police security confirmed the real boundary: remain off-site, stay on the public highway. Everything else was pressure, guilt, privacy fears, and delay. Classic ways to make a legal act feel illegal. The auditor's answer stayed steady. Calm tone, clear rules, visible compliance, operator ID, and a focus on public interest. When someone tries to shut down a lawful camera, documenting the pushback is part of accountability. Faces of enforcers aren't blurred because the public needs to see how power behaves. Big takeaway: know your sub 250G category. Carry your paperwork, stand your ground politely. Film from public access, don't trespass, and consider reasonable blur requests for uninvolved people, but never trade away rights for someone else's comfort. Rights are like muscles, use them or lose them. If you're tired of "because I said so" policing, support open cameras and open truth. Like if you value real accountability, share to train the algorithm, and click the video on screen to watch the next audit where policy melts the moment the law shows.